Hi, welcome to Happier Ladies. We're sisters who discuss all things related to work, family, and personal growth.
We draw inspiration from everywhere, especially from you, our listeners, to keep moving forward with joy and laughter in the big adventure that is life.
1 week at a time.
I'm Azizi Williams. I live and work in the LA area. I'm a mom of 2 adult children, and I'm an education professional in the independent school world. I'm here with my sister, Malika Amandi.
That's me. I'm a SoCal native living in Western Massachusetts, a mom of 2 littles, and I work in higher ed. In this episode, we answer a question in the Who Am I segment, and then we give updates on things we said we'd do.
But first, Malika,
Yes.
I read a book, and it's not Heated Rivalry. I'm back to reading other books.
You made it through. Good job.
I made it out, and I'm not finished with this book. I'm a few chapters in, but it's so exciting because I feel like it's me.
Oh, it's a nonfiction book?
It's a nonfiction book, and it's called Outrovert, The Gift of Not Belonging. And it's how outsiders thrive in a world of joiners. So this is a book that I mentioned a little while ago because I read a little description about it in Simple Things magazine. This is a magazine I keep referring to. There's so much there. Anyway, I immediately added it to my Libby list because it piqued my interest. It's like, this sounds like something I'd be interested in, or I want to know more. And as I'm reading it, I'm just like shaking my head. Like, yes. It feels so validating. So basically, Outrovert is not introvert or extrovert. It's sort of this other third category.
Okay.
Otra means other in Spanish, and it's like, Latin roots. So it's just like this other kind of way of engaging with people.
Okay.
And when I have taken the introvert extrovert sort of ratings, I'm right in the middle. Like, I'm kind of right in the middle. And so I thought, oh, that's interesting. And that's just kind of how I've gone through life, understanding that I like people. I like to connect with people, but one at a time, please, or like in small groups. And I also like to be alone. And I also feel like an outsider. And I have kind of for most of my life, not in a bad way. I've never felt bad about it, but I've kind of felt like kind of being on the outside. So it's interesting because these are things that he's described of outroverts. So some other things that he said is that outroverts can go to a party, can go to a function, do better if they have a formal role, and then like to leave like a really good at Irish goodbyes. I'm like, oh my God, that's me. I'm there. And I'm glad I'm there. It feels better when I know what my job is or what I am there to do. And then I want to leave. Also talked about they don't necessarily want to bring their husband to a work function. It's so specific.
Very specific.
Because then you have to like navigate and take care of all of the people in that moment. I was like, oh my God, that's me.
You just talked about that.
I don't want to do that. And he literally described that scenario. And he also, the last one he talked about was like not wanting to put bumper stickers on your car or places that attach you to a specific community. And this is a constant like discussion amongst my family, my kids, who are always like, why don't you put this bumpers? I was like, I don't want anyone to know that I'm connected to anything to pick me out of a lineup. So there's like these
very
seemingly
specific.
random, very specific descriptions. And I tick most of the boxes, not all of them, but most of them. So it's just fascinating to know that there are other people out there like me. And maybe I'm excited to learn more about how to manage this or why it happens.
Very exciting. A new identity.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's a new identity. So I will maybe report back when I finished with some more sort of specific tips. But there's a whole other category out there, a whole other way of engaging with people.
And now it's time for Who Am I? Where we ask a question that will help you understand who you are. So, Azizi, this is a prompt from Gretchen's book. It's a journal, Know Yourself Better. Shout out to Gretchen.
Thank you, Gretchen. I think she gifted us
She
this
did.
book, right?
She
Well,
sent it
right,
to
way
us.
back when we first started, it was
Yes.
so classy, so sweet.
Okay, so this question is, if you could take a 2-hour class in any subject, what would you choose?
Well, this is easy for me because I've recently honed in on the importance of this particular skill and recognizing that there's work I can do with it, which is the art of storytelling.
Mm.
It's well documented that if you can convey something in the form of a story, it's going to be more impactful. People will
Yes.
listen, people will be engaged. And I have this experience also when I'm listening to someone speak at a conference or in a class or anywhere. If they are telling me a story and they can weave the important information into a story, I'm going to remember it and I'm going to want to listen. There's a certain skill that goes into that. And I think I spoke about Brian Stevenson, this amazing speaker who does a lot of work around supporting people who are unfairly incarcerated and just work in the civil rights space. He shared at a conference and he just told story after story after story. It was like an hour straight, no notes. It was the most impressive
Mm.
feat that I've ever seen. And immediately I was like, he's an athlete. That is a sport. Like the ability to just get up and share a story and weave learnings and understandings into these very personal stories was so impressive. I will not be that. Like, I am not striving to be that, but I would just like to grow those skills a little bit. And I feel like when I try to tell a story, I get lost in the details. I don't know which ones to share or not. Sometimes I get into it and I don't know where it ends or, and then I forget things I want to go back. I don't know. I just think I could benefit from some practice.
Well, this is interesting. This surprises me because I think you're a good storyteller. Like, you love to tell stories.
I like to talk. I don't
You do
know.
like to talk.
I don't know that the
Maybe
story
that's what I mean.
portion of it is always there. And I think I get there with my point,
You
but
convey a message,
I can
but
convey a message.
it sounds like you want to refine that for professional purposes or any purpose.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, on one level for professional, but also like sometimes you're just socially with people and
Right.
there are people who can just tell a story that's so funny or poignant and there's no professional need for it. It's just they're really good at telling a story, you know?
Right. I think you're pretty good,
All
but I
right.
do feel like I hear you, and it reminds me of our conversation about giving toasts. Like,
All right.
if it's on the fly, that's a different thing versus a story that you know really well inside and out and have thought about or worked on, even workshopped, so that you kind of find those beats and the
Mm.
details. Like, I think it's hard to do that just out of the air to tell a really tight story.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can and do, but I think especially for like professional purposes, it's like you want to have thought about the story ahead of time and decided what is important.
If you know the story ahead of time, obviously it's going to go better. However, I think there's also a skill to just knowing what is a good story to tell,
Hmm.
right? Like tracking and documenting things that have happened. Not documenting, that's kind of nerdy, but just clocking things that are worth sharing again. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I support you in taking this class.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, I'm not trying to dissect your desire. I think that storytelling is so important. And I mean, it's one of the like foundational pieces of being human is telling stories. And that's how we get information from the beginning of time, you know? So I think it's an art. It is a necessity. There's a lot of ways to do it.
Yeah, there's something primal about it,
Yeah.
right? At our core. And I think what it is, one time I took a brief workshop that was offered through the Moth. Do you know the Moth?
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
Moth Radio Hour? Is it called? Do you remember
Yes,
that?
I do.
I used to listen to those. I need to get back into it. But I was at a conference. That's where all my learning happens. I'm sorry. A lot of my stories start that way. But I was at a conference. They hired the Moth. You can hire them to come and do a training with your team. And for half of the day, they're helping you workshop a story.
Yes.
And then the goal is that you're going to just get up and share the story.
Okay.
And that was terrifying. It was so scary. And then also just I couldn't think of a story. I couldn't think of what was going to be compelling, what was going to be interesting, what was going to draw people in. And I want to be better at that. And maybe some of that is improv, some of that is, just going for it. But I think I could learn something about what are the kinds of things that draw people in,
Yes.
the
Okay.
elements.
You bringing up the moth, that puts everything into perspective.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Because
I'm glad now you get it.
I actually went to a taping of the moth. This is like years and years ago when I was in LA, and I was selected to do a story.
I don't remember that.
You put your name in a hat if you're interested, and they pick somebody. And it was Valentine's Day, and the theme was Love Hurts. And I told the most rambly, terrible story about my college boyfriend. And I felt like exactly what you're saying. Like, it was important to me, but I only had a few minutes to really think about it.
Yeah.
It just kept going. And it was one of those, from the outside, you think it's so easy. And
Right.
you're like, it's not easy.
It's not. There's skill there. There's
a lot of skill.
there.
I get it now.
I want to work on those skills.
Got it.
Okay, good. Thank you. So what would you take a class in?
This is a kind of a two-part thing.
Okay.
I would like to take a 2-hour class on foot care and Ayurvedic beauty / I don't know if it's hygiene rituals. So both of these things are on my 26 for 26 list.
Okay. So do you want to take 2 classes or you want to find one class that's about foot beauty?
I want to find one class that combines them. Okay.
That can do all of that? That's a big lift for one class.
There are tutorials out there, there's YouTube, but I need the time and the instruction to actually do it and have somebody say, do this instead.
Right.
And I think we could even distill it down. It's really just the foot care and the neti pot that are the main things.
Okay.
I feel so intimidated by the neti pot.
Oh, no.
I don't have one yet, but I know it's a part of the Ayurvedic stuff, and I think it will help me with my sinus issues.
It will.
But
you
it
just
feels
need
so
to do it.
Scary.
Don't feel scared. It's like putting in contacts for the first time is what it's like. It's like, I should not be putting my fingers in my eyes. And then once you do it, you figure it out. You don't need a class for that. That would be a weird class also.
Well, that's what I figured if you combine it with the neti pot, but also the pulling and then the tongue scraping and the oiling. These are things that I just feel like I want to go through all of the motions and feel like, okay, like a workshop. I mean, that's what a 2-hour class is, a workshop, but like where I actually do it so I can have a stake in the ground.
Okay. Listen, I will take this class with you. This sounds great. Let me tell you about an Ayurvedic ritual that I just incorporated because I was looking at. I have a whole thing to say about this also because I thought I was one dosha and now I realize I'm just another dosha, but overweight. After taking the quiz again. Anyway, this ritual is sesame oil with the Q-tip in each nostril.
Oh, yes.
Have you done that before?
I haven't, but I've read about it. One massage therapist would do something with sesame oil, not in my nose, though. I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry.
So sesame oil was in the book that I was reading as a part of all of these rituals, beauty routines and rituals.
Yeah.
But one of the hygiene things was that they recommended for my dosha was swabbing your nose with some sesame oil at night and in the morning. And it's brilliant because my nose gets really dry as I'm sleeping and the air dries it out.
That happens
that
to
makes
me.
me sneeze. And by doing this, that doesn't happen. I'm like,
wow.
This is brilliant. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because I just started doing it based on something that I read in an Ayurvedic manual. I think we should take this class. I'm sure this class exists. I would take it with you.
Okay.
But not the neti pot part. That part you just have to do in your bathroom at home. You can do it.
Okay. What is your dosha?
It's Veda.
Okay. Vada?
Vada. I thought I was
Kapha.
But when I took the quiz, I realized I'm actually more Veda than Kapha. And then when I started to read the descriptions, it made more sense for who I am, actually, like how I engage. What are you?
Kapha.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I did identify with that one. But there's interesting. One of the books that I have is kind of talks like we do have this very identity mindset of like
you are one person or one
exactly
way. Yeah.
extrovert out, that whole thing. And
Yes.
so we kind of apply that to the doshas, and she's kind of challenges that as like, this actually means a lack of a certain, it's an imbalance is
Ah.
what the thing is. And so you don't need to claim it as an identity, and it could change at some points of your life. And everybody's got all three of these things, but they're just.
But then how will we know who we are, Malika? That flies in the face of understanding your identity. I get it, though. I get it. The binary or the like, pick one. It feels like a
Right.
very Western approach to things in general, but it is also fun.
It is fun. You're not wrong.
It's fun, but I've read part of one book. I am not an expert or anywhere close to it, but it is fun to read about and useful.
Yeah. I think this know yourself better exercise, I mean, it reveals like what you care about right now.
Right.
I like it because we've answered this question and now it's pretty accessible, like you could probably find a 2-hour class on storytelling.
Right.
I could find a 2-hour class on
this doesn't feel impossible. We could theoretically just go do these things. That's very true. No, that's good. And so then I will write it down somewhere and pay attention to it. That's the utility of these questions.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you would take a 2-hour class on. We'd love to hear from you. You can send us an email at happierladies@gmail.com. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we will talk about the follow-through.
And we're back with our next segment, the follow-through, where we revisit something we said we would do in a previous episode. Okay, so there's a few things going back to previous episodes that we said we'd do, and I thought we could just discuss them. So the first category is journals, and this came up in episode 130 when we did the Festival of Tekogachi. And there were a couple of things we said we would do. So, Malika, do you want to talk about the Hobonichi situation?
Sure. So I've kind of alluded to this. At the time of our Tekokaigi, which was in December, I was feeling like I needed a big giant planner and I had this big, huge thing. And then once I got back to work, it was like, no, I need a small Hobonichi Weeks again. And I really wanted to make a dashboard. And this was part of it. I was trying to do this in the big planner and I could never quite figure it out.
Okay.
So I wanted to have like one page that I looked at that would give me kind of the shape of the week and like my tasks and maybe some inspirational things. And it was just too sprawling.
Too much real estate?
Too much real estate.
You couldn't just draw bigger?
I was impatient when I got the planner, so it didn't actually have the best layout for that. It wasn't versatile enough. So it was like having to write over things that were lines and things, and it just kind of, that gets old,
Yep.
So I think one of the things that I like about the Hobonichi is that there's a little bit of structure with the days of the week, but then there's like just grid paper. There's like some faint lines in there, but it's very easy to create a different boxes and things. So it took a while, but I did get that. And I have started doing a weekly dashboard again. So basically, I have kind of the days of the week vertically. And then in the blank section, I divide it up into areas. So the first one is vibes and values, where I kind of think of, okay, how do I want to feel this week? A lot of these dashboard sections come from this coach that I worked with, Natalie Miller. She used to have a podcast and she created a planner called Time Witchery, which doesn't even exist anymore. But I saw it when she created it and I was like, oh my gosh, I love these sections. And then it doesn't exist, but I wrote them down. So vibes and values, and then believing. So this is like my mantras for the week, things that I want to believe about myself in order to feel the way I want to feel. And then treats. So this is like, and she calls it fuel, but like whatever goodies I want to give myself that week. So it could be thinking of the fan fiction I'm going to read or our date night or something
nice. Yeah.
that I can look forward to. And then I have a little section that says connect, and I write kind of the names of friends that I want to reach out to that week or make sure that we connect. And then I have a rhythms section. So where I'm kind of like very light habit tracking.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So I put just a little grid with the days of the week for yoga, journaling, some kind of goals work, a walk, a sugar-free day.
Oh, so do you check it
I haven't
off?
done that yet.
Well, it's there in case you decide to.
Origami and doodle. So like if I do it that day, I try to check it off.
Every week, then you're recreating this spread.
Yes.
Okay.
And then a thank you section, which is just like gratitude. And then the other kind of half of the page is what I call targets, where I just write like my to-do lists for the week. So that's the dashboard.
And this is all in your smaller Hobonichi.
Yes.
So that was the key. This unlocked the actually doing the journaling.
It did. Yes. I like that it's right above the week. Okay. It's on the same kind of spread.
You might have to share some pictures.
Okay. I can take pictures.
It's hard to understand what it is that you love about it by just describing it.
All right.
I'm just saying. It might not be so easy to understand. A picture would help.
Okay. I'll send a picture.
Good for you. You did that thing that you said you were going to do.
And I'm still using the Good Notes.
Uh-huh.
In the iPad. I will say you were right about the pencil. I didn't get the right iPad and pencil combination. The pencil that works with my iPad has to be plugged in to charge.
Where it's like sticking out?
Yes. And it's just like there have been many times where I've sat down to journal and the pencil's not charged, you know?
Yeah. The newer versions are so much easier.
Yeah. I'm not going to buy a new one. I mean, this isn't that old, you know?
Right.
So I got to give it some time and just be better about charging it or having an external charger on me.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Azizi? How's your Filofax?
It's so great. I love my Filofax. It makes me so happy. It's like substantial and it's open-ended. I could make it whatever I want to make. It's just blank pages and whatever tabs I create, and I can take out pages. I can move them around. It's fantastic. It's got 2 little loops to put pens. I can hold 2 pens on there.
Wow.
I know. It's great. It's a good size. I really like it. So my tabs are a little all over the place right now because I haven't coalesced exactly on what I need, but I've already talked about my monthly calendar spread and how I each day write a little note about what happened that day in it. And I also track my 8 monthly challenges, 8 30-day challenges this year. And so I'm tracking those things there. But I thought I would share just some of the notes, the random lists that I have in my lists section of my Filofax. So one of them is notes on Grayson, which this is the first year I've done that because there's just interesting things and I want to remember or note there about my husband. Things to purchase. So this was really helpful when I was doing my Q1 quarter of not spending or quintile of not spending. I have a list of mantras. I have a list of possibilities for 2027. Okay. So the important things about your goals is you got to put them in a parking lot when you come up with new ones. You can't just act on them, but you don't want to forget them. So I just put them down. I have a list of Disney notes, Disney visit notes. So after every visit, I note kind of what was interesting or special about that visit. I have a list of things to stop saying to myself. Oh. Which is really helpful because there's some, working on the self-talk. Yeah. There's some messages that I say to myself that are not helpful and I need to stop. I have a Formula One note, Malika. For some reason, I felt compelled to track the teams, the team principals, and the team drivers.
That makes me really happy. I don't know why.
I just wanted to, keep track of it, and we've talked about F1, obviously, so many times. What's great about it is that it's accessible. There's not a crazy number of people that you have to remember.
Right. It's just 20 drivers.
Right. And
10 principals.
10 principals. Some changes that happen in the season, and that's interesting, but they kind of stay the same also. And so I want to be able to fluidly remember who's with who. And I think this is the beginning of me actually starting to watch races in real time. So that's a list that I have.
You actually wrote them all down?
I wrote down as many as I could catch when I started to do it. So, okay, let's talk about F1 for a minute. First of all, they went from 10 episodes to 8. That upsets me. That's the trend now. Seasons are only 8 episodes as opposed to 10. And I didn't start this until like 3 episodes in. And so some of the early teams they didn't talk about again. And there's some teams that they don't talk about at all.
So your list is reflecting the Netflix season, not the current active.
Right. It's not this year's.
Okay.
Right. So it's a year behind, and I can correct that, and I can easily fill in the other ones. It's not like there's no way of knowing this information. So I will go back and do that. But it's a thing that I felt like I wanted to just have accessible. And then I think I talked about this list already, which is the songs that I wake up to.
Oh, yeah.
And then like any notes about dreams that I had. So those are some of my lists that I have in my final facts.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes. I love it.
I like your lists. I don't have many running lists in my planner right now. I kind of keep those kind of lists in Notion, I guess.
Right. Yeah. You have the digital lists. I like to write them out. I like to number them. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So the next category, or the next thing we said we would do, is start a 100 dreams list. This is in episode 124. We talked about this. Have you started your list, Malika?
I have started my list. It's in Notion, and I made a shortcut on my phone. I just slide over, and there's an icon that says 100 dreams, and it takes me right into the list, so I can add things quickly.
How many do you have now?
I think I'm up to 33, so still there's still room for more.
Okay, so we're going to take turns?
Yes.
So I have 51 things on my list.
Oh, wow.
Now. I know. Maybe I need to be more selective.
Why?
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, the thing is...
Am I going to get to 100 too fast?
If you get to 100, then you have the list, and then you can just refine it. Or you can make it 150.
True. You're right. I don't have to stop at 100.
I just haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, so let's hear a few things that are on our lists.
All right. So you have a box at Crypto Arena.
Yes. This is something I've dreamed of for a while now. I had the experience of having a friend who had a box when it was called the Staples Center. And like for a year, we got to go to almost all the things that were happening there. It unlocked a whole other world that I didn't know existed. Mm-hmm. And once you've been in that world, you just want to get back to it. So that's the dream.
I got to go at least once or twice, I think.
What did you go to? I forgot.
Well, I went to a box once to see Bette Midler.
Ah.
That's when I was in high school. But
yeah,
I think I went with you to see, I don't know if it was a basketball game. I can't remember, but I just remember being in the box with you.
Oh,
and it was pretty
went to
nice.
Laker games. We saw Stevie Wonder, saw Drake, saw WWE wrestling. It didn't really matter what it is. It's just, it was so nice.
That is nice.
Something on your list is hold my own in a conversation with native French speakers.
Yeah, so I've talked about this, my love of French, and, you know, I have some foundation in the language, but it's pretty rudimentary, I would say. And there's actually a native speaker at my school, a parent, and I just really want to ask them if I can practice, but I haven't. Aww. I don't have the nerve yet. Like, I haven't.
Yes, I know what that's like.
Like, she speaks to her daughter in French, who's in Indigo's class, and we were at her birthday party this past weekend, and I was like, I'm going to ask her today. I'm going to ask her, and I didn't do it.
Can you ask her in French?
That's a good question. That would be a good target.
That's the move. That's the move. Once you can ask her in French, then you should do
I just get shy and embarrassed. So
Yeah.
I just need to move through that because she might think it's fun and cute and, like,
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
sure she would say yes. Right? Who
Of
knows?
course she would. Who cares?
Who
Or
cares?
she could say no.
Right.
But I'm sure she'd be open to casual, French.
So hold my own with native speakers,
All right.
which I have done in the past, but it's been 20 plus years.
Oh, so it's there. Do you know what the key is to learning a new language is drinking
Alcohol.
Yes. Because it makes you take more risks.
That's
Like
true.
it lowers your inhibitions.
I think that was in the equation when I was abroad.
Yes.
It does make some things easier.
So if you go out with this family and you have drinks, then you can ask her in French. For many reasons, it's probably going to be yes.
That's funny. All right. On your list, you have an RV vacation.
There was a brief period of time where I was obsessed with RVs and I just loved RV tours and followed a couple people who lived the RV like van life. And there's something about a tiny home that just appeals to me. And yeah, I want to travel. I want to see America in an
Okay.
RV. Okay. I want to see America and I want to do it really slowly in an RV.
Like Marty Crane.
Like Marty Crane on Frasier with the dog, with Bo, with my husband, and we just stop at diners and see things along the way. That feels so romantic to me.
I think you could do it. I'm glad it's on your list.
One day. It does take a lot of time, so I need to have a good chunk of time to do it. And you also need an RV, which I guess you can rent.
You
But that
could.
feels intimidating right now.
I mean, you could also just do a RV vacation that's not cross country, but just going somewhere, like a California road trip first or to the Southwest.
Yeah, I didn't say cross country. I just said I want to see America. That doesn't mean all of
It doesn't
America.
have to be all at once.
No, not all at once. I just want to drive somewhere. Let's see. You have live right by or on the water.
This is the dream. You open the window
the dream.
and you see the water. There it is. Lake,
there it
pond,
is.
Ocean. I'm open.
You have a lot of water near you.
We do.
You pass by water
I drive
every day.
by the water every day.
That's
Not
nice.
the same. There is a Dunkin' Donuts that we call the Roost that is at the corner. It's like at the end of our main street. So it takes about maybe 5 minutes to get there, but it does have a nice view. Yes. And it's like a good place to park,
Yeah.
But it's not my house.
No, it's not. You don't live at Dunkin'.
So for now, we just, whenever we go on vacation, try to make it somewhere near the water. But even that's pretty hard to achieve. It's pricey, Yeah. But the few times we've done that for our Thanksgiving trip, I mean, maybe twice we've done that, been on the beach.
We usually can see the ocean from the house somewhere, which makes a difference.
It does. So
yeah, it's very calming.
On my list. All right. And then one final thing from your list is fluent in Spanish.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that we don't have the same language that we'd like
to
be fluent in, because that would be so easy.
Then we could do our podcast in Spanish or
and
French.
this other language. But of course, no, they're two different languages. But I would also like to hold my own in a conversation with a native Spanish speaker, and have recently restarted my Duolingo lessons. But really, I need to take a class. I need to just take a class, take classes. It would take, it's a practice. It would take more than one session, but I want to get to the next level. The last thing on your list is juggle 4 balls.
Yes. So I was reminded of juggling from our conversation about analog. I had actually put this on my 100 Dreams list a while ago. I can do 3 pretty strongly, though I haven't practiced in a while, but I feel confident 3 will come back if I just practice, but I never quite had 4. I was always just out of reach. And so It's really 2 in each hand is the way the
Oh,
pattern works. But you
okay.
just got to do it. You got to do it. And I think it would just be so fun because it's a lot of people can juggle 3 balls, but not a lot of people can juggle 4.
Really? A lot of people can juggle 3 balls.
In terms of people who can juggle,
Okay.
3 is like the floor.
Got it. That's where you start. Because there's no juggling 2 balls. That's
No,
not a thing.
that's not a thing.
And once you juggle 4, does that like unlock any number of balls, or does it?
I've heard it does because you
Oh.
have the 2-hand thing. It just, yes, there's a big gap between 3 and 4 and not as big
Ah.
between 4 and 5, or I think even maybe 6. But there's also pins,
Oh,
like,
bowling
or
pins.
clubs. Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. And there's like juggling people are very strong about whether you call them pins or clubs. And I don't
Oh.
remember what's the right one.
Of course they are.
Um,
Do you juggle other things besides balls?
I mean, I can do scarves. That's how we start. That's how we learned.
Yes,
Scarves
that
kind
makes
of are gentle
sense.
and stuff, but
Nobody gets hurt.
I don't juggle anything else other than balls. But again, hashtag goals. Like, I'm not in an active practice, but wouldn't it be cool? It's just a cool party trick, even.
It is a cool party trick. Listen, Malika, you are so impressive to me with your juggling and your hula hooping. I mean, that was like the most impressive thing I've seen. I remember that circus era. Gotta bring that back. And my favorite like segment of television is Will Ferrell practicing bowling or juggling on The Office. Have you
Oh,
seen that?
funny. I haven't.
You haven't seen
I
it?
don't think so.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna send it to you. It's funny. It's the funniest, 2 minutes of TV you've ever
Okay.
seen.
All right. So, our final follow through
Yes,
topic in episode 118, we said that we were going to create a Substack. We didn't have a lot of details. We
we did
just
not.
knew we wanted to try it. And now we have one. So,
Still not a lot of details, but we have it.
what do we like about it? Where is it going? What is it now that we're in it?
Yeah.
Do we have more confidence talking about it?
I think it's really cool. It's actually kind of fun because it's video. I mean, you do a write up also to accompany the video, but we could be more casual and kind of relaxed in that
Yes.
platform, on that platform. So far, I think we're off to a great start. We've dug into the slow watch of Heated Rivalry, so that's given us something to kind of return to. But once that wraps, we're gonna need more ideas.
I feel like our idea machine
It's broken.
is broken. No, it's not broken. Well, we are going to do something, a countdown to Coachella,
Yes,
because that's coming
that
up.
is coming up.
That's, I think, going to be our next episode. I think what I like about it is that it is a little more immediate. As you said, it's video, but it's not edited.
Right.
So our podcast is edited not heavily. I mean, Magnus does a lot of work in making us sound good and taking out the ums and uhs and whatever, but we're not like really doing structural editing. But the Substack is just, it is what it is. We often mess up and we just laugh and keep going. That's kind of funny.
Mhm.
I don't think we've done the intro clean once.
No, I can't figure it
But
out for some reason. My mind goes blank, even though I say it, every week.
one thing I like about it is that people can comment on the episode right there
Mm.
and we can respond to them. And we don't really have that capability with our podcast, so people can send us emails or they can write on Instagram, message, but it's not like
Well,
content comment.
you can do this on Spotify. We don't do a very good job of it. And that's not how everybody listens
Right.
to our
Right.
episodes. So that's the only challenge. But yes, on Substack, it's like immediate. We can respond right away. And like I said, I love the video, and we usually record on our phones. And so we
Yeah.
record in different places, and yeah, it feels fun and fresh.
I think for people who haven't gone there yet, you don't have to use the platform. It can come to your email or content. It's basically a newsletter with a video inside of it. So that's something that you might not realize. There's not a steep learning curve to just getting the emails.
It's very accessible.
And it's free for now.
Yeah. Definitely check it out. Check it out. Give us your thoughts about it.
Yes. So we don't know what we're doing, but we're continuing with it.
That's kind of how we roll.
That's how we roll.
And at some point along the way, then we will know what we're doing.
Yes. All right. Well, let's take a break. And when we come back, we will share our peaks and valleys.
And we're back with peaks and valleys, because in life, there are always peaks and there are always valleys. This is an odd episode, so Malika, you're up first with a peak.
All right. So my peak is there's a couple songs that I've been listening to lately that have just like come in from different sources. And I like them because they just say what you need to feel. Like, often music is about the feeling of the rhythm or the melody, and the lyrics are kind of about one thing and you feel a certain way, or I don't know. These are just like, it's on the nose, but it's really good. So one of them is called I Love My Life. And it's just like the mantra is I love my life. And that's the lyric for the whole song pretty much, but it's really, it hits. And it's a good.
Who's it by, Malika?
It's by an artist called Beautiful Chorus.
Okay.
And they do a lot of kind of more chanting type things. I'll share a link to it, but it's just like so simple, but it's very powerful. In a way, and it fits into my like, this is the good part, this is the yoga, like the tone is not like pompous or anything like that. It's not like rubbing it in anyone's face, but it's more like if I say this, I will believe it more.
Okay.
If I sing this. I heard it on one of these YouTube DJ sets.
Wow.
It keeps suggesting them to me now because I listened to them, and this one was like, I have to find the DJ who it was, but
very cool.
She has a whole thing of like, good morning, my spiritual baddies. It's like, I don't know. Woo woo.
But I love this for you, that you are getting into music more, it seems.
Yeah.
That was not something that was really important to you.
Yeah, it's just kind of more on the periphery in this season of life. So I like this for me too.
Good.
So there's that song, and there's another one called Loosen by an artist named Ali Halpert. And that one is about like loosening the muscles in your body. And that you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and your bones. And it's like, the first time I heard this song, it was at Kripalu in this dance workshop. And it was just like, everybody just started crying because it was so like, oh my gosh. It's just like, when you hear it, you're like, oh my gosh, I am holding all this tension. I don't have to.
Yeah.
And it just keeps repeating it. And the longer you listen to the song, the more relaxed your body feels. Like in just a really kind of responsive way to what the message is.
So it's not so much music as it is mantras set to music.
With sound.
Sound.
I mean, the music is a part of it. The melodies are doing something.
Is it like hypnotizing you, or?
I don't think so.
Operating on that level? Interesting.
You'll have to listen for yourself
Do
and
I?
see. But
okay.
Hey, give a minute.
Am I going to start crying?
You don't have to cry. Maybe you won't cry.
Okay.
It's positive.
All right. I'll listen.
Okay. What's your valley, Azizi?
So, had a lovely spring break. Spring break is over. But the valley is that I had lots of plans for organizing all kinds of spaces and things. And I did organize one drawer, but not like the three things that I wanted to do. And I can't even say that it's because I didn't have time or I was doing something that was much, much more important. Although, as we discussed, rest is important.
Yes.
And so I did rest, but I did not sort through all of my cups and vessels that I don't want anymore. So that's still on the list. That's all.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you got to rest.
Me too. Me too.
You deserve it.
Yeah, rest is important.
Well, that brings us to the end. Azizi, let's leave on a happier thought. What are you going to try this week?
I think I need to listen to these mantra songs that you are recommending. See if I cry.
You don't have to cry.
I know I don't have to. It doesn't seem like it's a choice. It seems like
Of the song.
It just happens. It sounds like spontaneous.
You might not. It could have been the setting.
Okay. What about you?
I think I want to try to either do some juggling or practice some French.
Yeah, or French while you juggle.
Hey,
Can you do
there
both?
you go.
You can count in French.
That's a good idea. All right. Well, thank you for listening to this episode. You can find our show notes in the episode description. If you like us, please rate, review, and tell a friend. And don't forget to follow us.
Send us a message at happierladies@gmail.com.
Our show was edited by Magnus Bjorgum, and our theme music was created by Wyatt Muncie.
You can find us on Instagram and YouTube at happierladies and at happierladies.substack.com. All right, Malika, have a happier week.
Have a happier week, Azizi. Bye.
Bye. Okay, Malika, hold on a minute. I'm going to blow out this candle. I think it's causing me congestion.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Okay, I opened a window. Hopefully that doesn't affect the sound. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.